We do have a quorum. One is missing at this point. This is the Farragut Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting, September 8th, 2011. We will start by rising for a moment of silent prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is approval of the agenda. This is rather short, so any suggestions for changes or accept as is?
I move that we accept as is.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Next item is the mayor's report, and we have some proclamations. I want to flip the order of these, though, and put the Constitution Week second. So first will be a presentation of a proclamation to the Daughters of the American Revolution. We have several of these. I'm only going to read one of them. Whereas the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, DAR, founded on October 11th, 1890, and incorporated by an act of Congress in 1869, is headquartered in Washington, D.C., acting as a nonprofit and non-political volunteer women's service organization. And whereas the DAR is dedicated to promoting patriotism, preserving American history, and securing Americans' future through better education for children with the motto, God, Home, and Country. And whereas DAR members volunteer more than 250,000 hours annually to veteran patients, award thousands of dollars to students in scholarships and financial aid each year, and support schools for the underprivileged with annual donations exceeding $1 million. And whereas the DAR boasts 170,000 members in 3,000 chapters across the United States and throughout the world, and whereas any women 18 years or older, regardless of race, religion, or ethnic background, who can prove lineal descent from a patriot of the American Revolution is eligible for membership. And whereas the town of Farragut recognizes the Admiral David Farragut, Andrew Bogle, Bonnie Kate, Cabot Station, daughters at the University of Tennessee, James White, Emory Road, and Samuel Frazier chapters on this, the 121st anniversary of the founding of the DAR. Now, therefore, I, Ralph McGill, Mayor of Town of Farragut, do hereby proclaim October the 11th, 2011, as Daughters of the American Revolution Day, and urge all citizens to join me in this observance. Signed, this, the 8th day of September, 2011. Congratulations on another year. How do you wish to proceed?
Like, you can go ahead and read the other one. We'll just pass them out at the same time.
Do what?
You want to go ahead and read the Constitution Week proclamation, and we'll hand them out at the same time.
Okay, but I've got more than I'm going to read for the Constitution. This is a proclamation. Whereas the Constitution of the United States of America, the guardian of our liberties, embodies the principles of limited government and a republic dedicated to rule by law, and whereas September 17, 2011 marks the 224th anniversary of the framing of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate it. And whereas the Daughters of the American Revolution petitioned the U.S. Congress to dedicate a week for observance of the Constitution Week, and Congress subsequently authorized the President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed into Public Law number 915 on August 2nd, 1956, authorizing the Constitution Week be commemorated September 17th through September 23rd as Constitution Week. And whereas the Admiral David Farragut, Andrew Bogle, Bonnie Kate, Cabot Station, Daughters of the University of Tennessee, James White, Emory Road, and Samuel Frazier chapters of the Daughters of the American Revolution promote knowledge of history and patriotism. Now, therefore, I, Ralph McGill, Mayor of the town of Farragut, by the virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th to the 23rd, 2011 as Constitution Week, and ask all our citizens to reaffirm the ideals of the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties. Signed this, the 8th day of September 2011. The one thing I wanted to add was, and I did this last year, this may become a tradition. This book is entitled The Constitution of the United States. It is 86 years old. Somebody checked it out of the Hepburn Library in Norfolk, New York, October 3rd, 1925. Is that right? Yeah. They're the only ones who have ever checked it out, so they stole it. And there is a fine of 2 cents a day that will be charged on each book which is not returned according to the above rule. So if somebody wants to figure out how much that is in today's dollars, that would be an interesting exercise. But what I wanted to read is a portion of the foreword to this book. And I'm not reading it all. While we cannot all be trained in the technicalities of the law, we should all have some idea of our fundamental institutions. We need to know their relationships to our daily lives, the reasons for their existence, and the benefits we derive from them, and the necessity to ourselves for their perpetuation. We must know that the court is our court. The Constitution is not self-perpetuating. If it is to survive, it will be because it has public support. Such support is not a passive but an active operation. It means making the adequate sacrifice to maintain what is of general benefit. The Constitution of the United States is the final refuge of every right that is enjoyed by any American citizen. So long as it is observed, those rights will be secure. Whenever it falls into disrespect or disrepute, the end of orderly organized government as we have known it for more than 125 years will be at hand. The Constitution represents a government of law. There is only one other form of authority, and that is a government of force. Americans must make their choice between these two. One signifies justice and liberty, the other tyranny and oppression. To live under the American Constitution is the greatest political privilege that was ever accorded to the human race. This was written by Calvin Coolidge, December 12, 1924. This book was printed in 1925. And I think there's a lot to learn from it. Now, do we want to present? Well, I didn't steal the book. Even I am not that old.
No, I just wondered how you
But
came by
it ended up in a flea market
Oh,
that we
darn
went to, and
Okay.
we bought it. without knowing that it was that old.
All right, that's neat.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Next item is Citizens Forum.
We have one card, Mayor.
Sorry. Our speaker tonight is Stacy Handel at 514 Serenity Lane.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be here tonight to share something that I believe is very important to the community, but especially important to me. I wanted to give you a little background. I moved to Farragut in 1997 from Dallas, Texas. It was a wonderful choice to move to Farragut. Farragut is not unlike a community that we moved from, so it was very comfortable to move here. I have two daughters that attended the Farragut schools. I live in Farragut, and I have a business in Farragut. I also have taken part, and I love and enjoy doing many things in Farragut, such as 5 years I was on the board of directors for the Chamber of Commerce. Lots of social events. I've supported Cuts for the Cure. We host that at our business. We participate quite a bit in the Farragut community. I do enjoy being here. Recently, I purchased a building and moved from the rental concept into the ownership concept here in Farragut. In most cases, in different economic times, you hope that that's a good idea. I think it's a very good idea for me. I plan to stay in Farragut and want to continue to have a business here. One of the reasons that I'm here tonight is to share with you a little bit of insight into my industry. I figure if anyone's good to do it, I can do that. My background: I'm an image consultant, I'm a cosmetologist, and a business owner. I opened Gardien Spa Salon in Campbell Station here in Farragut 11 years ago. And we have done a great business for a long, I know, 11 years ago. I think it's a long, long time ago. Prior to that, I had a business in Dallas. I was also an image consultant, cosmetology professional, and recently, the Renaissance location appealed to me, so I purchased a condo at Renaissance. Shortly after beginning the construction, after a permit was permitted, we were notified that unfortunately Renaissance is divided. There's a commercial side and an office side. And in the office side, that is the condo that I've purchased. And learning that day, learning a lot more about the ordinances here in Farragut, I soon learned that there was a division with the professional and personal services, and therefore the reasoning that I was received a notice to discontinue my construction was that the office zone does not acknowledge under professional services my profession. And here tonight I would like to help educate you a little bit about the changes. I noticed in the ordinances under personal services, under the commercial side, that the beautician terminology is an old term. So I do know that these regulations, these ordinances, have been there for a while. So